afternoon and welcome to Have a Chat. It is Monday afternoon and we are so pleased to be back with you today. My name is Veronique Arsenault and I'm your host today with my lovely co-host Judy Loche.
And good afternoon, everybody.
Welcome,
nice to be here.
Welcome to Monday.
Oh, it's beautiful out. It's a scorcher.
I know. Audrey couldn't be with us today. She had some stuff going on. But she'll be back next week with us.
She will, and yeah, it's been a busy weekend.
It has been a fantabulously busy weekend.
I survived graduation.
You did.
Done, and I didn't cry. I thought I'd be a basket case. My baby graduated because I was emotional when my last one graduated.
Yeah.
But everything went beautifully smooth, and so we celebrated him yesterday, and we're very proud of him, and I got through it.
We had a lovely family gathering yesterday.
Yes, we
it was
did.
nice to see everybody, but yeah, it's hard to believe that graduation season is over.
Yes. And there'll be more festivities. We have still parties to go to, and that'll go on for a while because of the beautiful summer weather, people celebrating, but we're up for it now.
Yeah.
A little bit of sleep, a little bit of swimming, and I'll be good.
I truly feel, as I was talking to my other cousins yesterday, that I'm old now because Jansen graduated.
Veronique, today I'm old.
No, I was just like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know where the time went.
Anyway, like I said, we're just lucky to have these times to celebrate, right? Because there's so many sad things on a daily basis that, like my uncle was there at our party yesterday and he said, isn't it great to have a joyous occasion to all get together? It's always something sad, a wake or a funeral, that you bond as a family. It seems that you see your cousins then.
It's true.
But I saw them all yesterday that could be there, and it was really festive and really warm.
Yes. Yeah, it was warm for sure.
Not warm in the literally.
Yes. Well, we've had some beautiful weather.
Yeah.
The last week, the last 7 days has been truly fantastic.
And then you get the people, oh, I'm so hot, I can't stand it, I say bring it on.
I refuse to complain because you know what? We complained so much this winter about the snow and the cold and all of that, and I'm not a big warm weather lover. No. I will admit to that, but I refuse to complain this year.
No, I'm not, because we're almost to July.
I know.
And then it'll be just a blink and we'll be into this fall again.
I know. I spent most of last week outside if I could.
Yeah. I've been really busy to be outside, but trying to get everything organized and go into all of the different things I had to do for graduation season, but I managed it.
Yeah, you did.
So glad.
Yeah, it was a fantastic weekend too. So I have the quote of the day today.
You read your quote.
So it is actually from Theodore Roosevelt, and it is, do what you can with what you have where you are.
Exactly. You make the most of it.
Yeah.
Right.
That everybody can do something.
Exactly.
No matter where in life you are, no matter what you have that's yours, you can do something. That's why I like it.
I just always like to go the step further.
Yep.
I like to take what I have and kind of go a little...
And get some more.
And run with it. I'll try to up it a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
But you have to be content in life. God gives you certain things, and if that's what He's going to give you, you have to... give you lemons, you squeeze... What's the expression about lemons?
If
get lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah. And then add some vodka.
And exactly. Exactly.
Maybe. Or some tequila.
What else is going on, Veronique?
Well, things have been pretty busy around the world. We'll take a look. We'll talk a bit about Brexit. So, of course, the UK voted on, I believe it was Friday, to leave the European Union. Union.
Give me that drink. What's in that?
I'm having such a hard time.
No, it's water.
Today is one of those days. I've been up since 4:22 this morning, and the tongue's not working so well.
I woke at 5:30, I think, because I'm a day older today. Did you know that?
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
I'm old now.
Well, I was going to sing to you.
No, you're not going to sing to me, but I woke up at 5:30 just because I wanted to get, celebrate early.
Yes. So it is a very happy birthday to you, Judy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So everybody out there, if you can sing, sing.
No, don't sing, and please don't put it on Facebook. Like people have been posting on Facebook, and I'm not on, so I can't say what they're saying.
I know. Yes.
But anyway, we both woke up early today.
Yes. Well, 4:22 came early this morning, and I don't know why it was that I woke up that early, but happy birthday.
Thank you, Veronique.
But yes, so Brexit, as they called it, so Britain voted to leave the EU. Which has impacted global markets. It's, we saw the British pound drop severely. We saw the Canadian loonie drop. It's,
globally like a shock.
Completely, and it's nullified will nullify all of their, contracts and everything that they've done around the world. So it's impactful. And Scotland has now voted, or will actually vote to remain in the EU. So it's going to have impact for years to come, I think.
I saw bits and pieces of it on television, but I'll tune in more.
Yeah, it's something that we'll have to watch for sure. Yeah, but something that has actually been capturing, definitely North America, and we've talked about it quite a bit, you and I, is the Stanford rape case.
Oh my God.
and particularly the sentence that he received and what's kind of happened since then after the verdict came down from the judge. So the Stanford rape case was a 20-year-old swimmer.
Brock Turner.
Yep, and he was charged with, he was actually stopped by two young men who happened to be walking. He was sexually assaulting, he was raping a young student behind a dumpster.
Exactly, while she was unconscious.
Completely unconscious.
Right.
Yeah, and so the two students that found him stopped him and gave chase, actually. So he was charged and went to trial, and he could have faced up to 14 years in prison.
And he got a whopping 6 months in jail with a 3-month probation period, and no, he's banned from the Stanford, from the university.
Yeah.
So what? Big deal.
Well, I agree with you. And then the judge said that he didn't want to give him a harsher sentence because it could impact his life.
Okay. So if it was his daughter that was raped, or I don't know if it was actual, I know he did things to her. We won't get into the sexual content on TV, but if you read up on it, you'll know that he sexually, abused her and assaulted her. If that was his daughter found behind a dumpster and had been sexually assaulted, would his thoughts then change? Because I have 2 sons. I'm going to say something right now, that no matter how good my kids are, and I will say that nobody's perfect, I will say, too, that our kids have never given us a moment's problem. I will say not a moment's problem, which is pretty much amazing, because one's going to be 25 and one's going to be 18 this year. We've never had to discipline them or speak to them, and that's pretty shocking in this day and age. And they're not angels. But I'm saying to not have to give them any kind of a reprimand is something considerable. If that happened to a girl, and I heard tell of it, and my son, either one of them, had done that, I'm sorry. It's dead wrong. I never say never, and I hope to God it would never happen. But Veronique, I would just say that I'm sorry, guys. You did something atrocious. You're getting 6 months, which is a slap on the wrist, which is nothing. And you deserve it, basically, if they prove that you're guilty. And jail time, 6 months is nothing. You'll be out and go on with your life. That girl's marred for life. So I would say that it's terrible for my sons, but I would never say what the father said. He had 20 minutes of action.
That was his defense.
Imagine the father saying that.
That was his father's defense of him. Please don't give him a harsh sentence.
And they looked at race. They looked at wealth. It looks that they weren't a family of great wealth. The mother was a trauma nurse, and that's a middle-class wage, a nice money there. The father was an electrical engineer for an Air Force service. And so, again, they say that we're not wealthy, and we have a son who got into Stanford on a scholarship for his swimming, and his tuition is 60% covered. Too bad for him, I say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That girl wrote a searing 12-page victim impact statement that would make you sit and cry.
I know.
I can't say enough. And again, I'm saying honestly that if that was my son that did that, I would definitely be so mortified that he had to go to jail for 6 months. But so be it. He'll get out in 6 months, and what's probation? A slap? And not to go back to school? It's nothing.
That is what it is.
And the U.S. justice system is so different from Canada.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, is it ever?
Apples and oranges.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's caused reaction around North America for sure. And and the difficulty in abuse victims and rape victims and all that, in speaking out, and how that we still haven't created a culture, and we saw that in the Jean Gomeshi trial and everything. We still haven't created a culture where victims feel safe enough to come out and charge their abuser or whatever it may be.
They don't think it's serious enough. I had, in my university experience, in my 4 years, I had in my second year a guy walk down the hall in our dorm, which was an all-female residence, and my door was slightly opened. He was drunk, and he barged in the room and definitely attacked me and started tearing and mauling. Okay. I didn't think that was I kicked him out, screamed for help, and some guy that was strong and able hauled him away out of my room. He had no business being in there. He was a drunk guy looking for some action. And I knew of him, but didn't know him. However, I was a victim. And so I didn't say anything except to my friends, because I thought, well, he didn't rape me, and he didn't, but I should have said something. However, 4 years, my fourth year, a guy was at the room in my dorm on the bottom level, entering my room with a knife.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wow. So he was kicked out of university. I had to report it.
Well, yes.
Okay, whatever it was, attempted assault. Well, I don't know what he was going to do. I had to go through the whole list of people, all the guys on campus, and say, do you think it might have been him? Do you think it might have been him? And I said, yeah, I think it might have been him.
Wow.
But he had the mask and the knife and the whole 9 yards,
Oh,
and
my goodness.
it was a nightmare. He was banned from university, and then I found out more detail about him. He was having some psychological issues, but
Terrifying.
so it happened. So it happened to me, not in the way that I was ever raped or anything like that, but I dismissed one because it was a drunk guy kind of getting all gloomy, and the second time I reported because it was something really serious.
Oh my goodness, isn't that
I
incredible?
woke up and there he was.
Oh
Yeah.
And I've had a friend that happened to as well. I've been quite lucky, although I was pinned in a phone booth by a drunk guy. Yeah.
What
And,
age, Karen,
I
roughly?
was about 19 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about 19 at the time, and I happened to be on the phone with my boyfriend actually. It was before cell phones, and anyway, and so I got pinned into the phone booth, and he was trying to get handsy, and so my boyfriend hung up, and someone heard me screaming. He was trying to get a hold of somebody to help me. Somebody heard me screaming, and they were able to haul him off. But I was lucky at that point. Nothing happened. But
Anything could have happened.
yeah, exactly.
And like myself, had I not woken up, because I heard the screen, there was a window in the bottom of the dorm, and then he had the bottom level kind of knifed open and the sides kind of up, and then the screen was going to be lifted up, and for some reason he made noise which woke me, and I screamed, and my roommate, who's now an RCMP officer, a female, obviously next door to me, she heard me scream. And then the security apprehended him, and then the questioning started, and
oh my goodness.
yeah, it was
Terrifying.
nasty. But anyway, so you have to be careful always.
You do, unfortunately. Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
And I think there's a large percentage, I think they did a study of universities, a really huge one in America of the universities, and they said 23% of victims do not report.
No. I'm sure it's higher than that, actually.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well,
Probably.
yeah, probably is. Isn't
Probably.
it 1 in 4?
Probably, yeah.
Somewhere about there?
Yeah.
So just for all the girls that are going to university in the fall, just travel in groups and watch yourself.
Yeah.
And again, alcohol can play a huge factor in all
Oh
this
my
stuff.
goodness, can it ever?
Big time.
Yeah. Well, it's you know, unfortunately, it's as women we have to keep our faculties about us a little bit more than, you know.
Yep. I was not a drinker in university,
No.
and I think it was because, they say that's the best time, the fun, social time, and you're, more opportunity to get together with your friends at university because you're away from home, right?
Yeah.
But I always wanted to feel in control.
Yes,
I didn't
yeah.
mind having a cooler or two or,
yeah.
having a nice drink, but I certainly was not one to go out and get loaded. I just felt nervous around people.
Understandable. Understandable.
Yeah.
So we want to talk a little bit about pool safety.
Yeah.
And there's been a few drownings in the last few days.
Terribly
Some young
sad.
children. Yeah, and it's finding out what we need to. And I mean, it can happen in a split second, right? It's not that the parents weren't attentive or
As much water.
it can happen in a split second. So it's just to be conscious around pools.
We have a pool. I remember Evan, when he was 6 years old, had a pool party for his birthday. It was early because his birthday's October, and we thought, well, it's Halloween and all that, so let's have an early party for you and invite your class, which wasn't huge at the time.
Yeah.
And he brought one little girl over. The parents dropped her off. The parents failed to tell us that she couldn't swim.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh.
Good thing my husband and I could swim.
Yeah, of course.
Because the little darling jumped in and just went right down, and Gerard said, oh my. So he rescued her, but at this day and age?
Oh, no.
So
Yeah.
we didn't have another pool party after that.
No, I
but
don't
we were
blame you.
totally watchful,
Yeah, of course.
on guard.
Yeah, of course.
But you'd think someone would say, my daughter can't swim.
No, you would think.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness. You and I both attended Mayor Jerry Cormier's funeral on
Yes,
Friday.
we did.
And of course, you and I had a bit of a tough time last Monday.
I had a terrible time
Yeah,
last Monday.
it was difficult for both of us, and especially so fresh from Jerry
Exactly.
having passed the night before. But what an incredible funeral
Yeah,
it was
I'm so
on
proud
Friday.
to be there.
And his son Jason gave the most beautiful eulogy.
Didn't
and
he?
what struck me and stayed with me was what he said. He'd been asked often since his father died what he thought Jerry's legacy would be, and he said that we are all Jerry's legacy to the city of Miramichi.
I love that
and
line.
we need to live that way.
Yes.
And that stuck with me for it's been since Friday.
And he's one of those people that, you know how people pass and they meant something to you in your
Yeah.
life, and it happens to us every day. We lose somebody valuable and that we treasure. He's one of those guys that I'm going to miss always.
Yeah.
I know it because I have an uncle,
Yeah.
one of my uncles, that I still miss constantly. And
Yeah.
I've had many family members pass away, like
Yeah, of
extended
course.
family.
Yep.
He stands out. He was
Yeah.
a joker and warm. Jerry is one of those people that touched me in a special way as far as always smiling.
Yes.
Always a kind word.
Yep.
And I think many, many people felt that way.
I agree. And there's I had shared on our Facebook page for Have a Chat, of course, on last week was a video that his nephew shared, and it was Jerry singing at Christmas time. So please go check that out on our Facebook page.
He was so happy.
So happy, yeah.
Beautiful family, and the family is going to have a terrible time because it's just kind of from people talking about hits you later when the people are gone away and you've had your support system like kind of move on. Then you're alone a lot of the time.
That's right.
And then the impact is really there.
Yeah, exactly.
So rest his soul, I just loved him, and it was a beautiful, honorable funeral, celebration of his life.
Incredible. So you have a thought-provoking question you want to ask?
I have a thought-provoking question because I get asked thought-provoking questions all the time.
Yeah.
Do you want an easy one or a difficult one?
No, whichever one you want, I'm fine.
Let's go with the easy one. We'll do another one next week.
Okay, sounds good.
If your life was a novel, what would be the title, and how would your story end? Again, if your life was a novel, what would be the title, and how would your story end?
I think the title would be She Gave It Her All.
Love it.
And how would it end? Oh goodness gracious. I would hope that my life is going to end, many, many decades from now, surrounded by, friends and family, and having that sense of peace that I gave everything I had, and that I did the best I could.
That's beautiful, Veronique.
Yeah.
Love it. Great answer. And spontaneously said.
I know. I was afraid what you were going to ask me, but I have one for you too.
I bet yours is tough. And I haven't slept, so come on, give me some.
No, actually,
cut me some slack, Veronique.
Actually, this one, I'm going to give you an easy one too.
Okay.
So if you could make a 30-second speech to the entire world, what would you say?
I would say that I'm incredibly blessed. I would say that I've turned another year older today. I won't say anything about the number, but there's no 0 on the end of this one.
29 again.
That's a long ways past. I would say I'm very, very blessed. And that I've never had surgery. I've never experienced any true hardships. Mm-hmm. I've had a wonderful marriage, a wonderful upbringing, wonderful friends. I've never had enemies that I know of. I couldn't have asked if I was to die tomorrow for a better life. And that is the God's honest truth. I feel like there's something going to happen, like I'm going to get shot today or something because it's too good.
No, it's all good.
It's all good.
I love that.
It's all good.
I love that.
So what can I say?
I love that.
God's been really great to me.
Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to have a great show today, as we always do. Sure. We have Steve McAuley coming up next. He's the general manager of the Downtown's business district, so we're looking forward to that. Yes. And then we have 2 fantastic guests coming up after that.
Yep.
Don't go too far. Grab a cup of coffee or a cool drink, sit down on the couch, and join us back for Have a Chat in a few minutes. See you soon. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. We were actually having a chat over the break, so we're glad to be back on the air now. We are joined by Steve McAuley, who is the general manager for the Downtown's business district here in Miramichi, and we're lucky we have two downtowns.
Lucky, yes.
So
work, yes.
You're busy.
Welcome, Steve. Welcome. We're so glad to have you.
And I must apologize because I didn't know it was your birthday. And I would have come and jumped out of the cake. I would have arranged all that, but it wouldn't have been pretty, but I still would have done it for you. So happy birthday.
I'm thinking maybe after dinner this evening you could still do that.
Okay.
And I like marble cake.
We've got it all organized. I'm so glad we did this live on the air.
Right. Now it's all over Facebook, so what the hell, right? At this point, everyone knows I'm older.
Absolutely.
But
exactly.
I think you're 29.
We've been chasing you down for a while. You're a busy guy. Hard to get on the show.
Well, it's there's lots to do.
Yes.
Exciting
so tell us
stuff.
about you.
Yeah.
How about me?
Before we do the other stuff, tell us about you.
What do you want to know about me?
Well, we know you're funny.
I came to Miramichi, we came 4 years ago. I was down in St. John prior to, came from Toronto. I came to take care of my parents who were having some health issues, and came down to take care of them, and then followed a girl up here.
I heard, a lovely girl at that.
Smart girl.
And then, well, okay. And then, I mean, for me to be, we won't go there. So
smart girls don't always make great choices, okay?
Okay, thank you. So we've made our home here, and I started with Downtown's Miramichi a year ago, May. Mm-hmm. And I think part of my background, which was in the music business, was kind of helped me prepare for what this was, and have a passion for this, and the towns. I think I came at the right time because there's so many cool things that are starting to happen, and I think we're on a cusp of something here. So hopefully we can be a small part of that.
Have you taken a real love, have you fell in love with Miramichi, or are you still getting used to not being in the city? Because St. John, let's face it, it's quite a bit bigger, and then Toronto's huge, so comparably, you're in a small city now. Steve, how do you feel about it?
I'm good with it. I used to go out to a place in Saskatchewan called Hafford, Saskatchewan, that is a population 400 people.
Oh, wow. We're bigger than that.
First time basis.
It's so, because people say, well, how do you do that? Because in my past life, it was extremely hectic, and it was nonstop, and you're on the go all the time. So to go out and chill at a farm, which is what it was,
yes,
and my kids to be able to go and enjoy a farm, being from the
neat.
city, it's all good. So I love Miramichi. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's there's, like I said, there's lots of room to grow, and we want to be a small part of that.
And where your family is, you're happy. That's basically
Absolutely, no question.
You can root down and have your wife and kids alongside of you.
Yes, no question.
Well, and I think it's never a bad idea to have a global perspective when you're here in Miramichi too. It's wonderful, to live here and to be from here and never have left, because then you can really appreciate everybody around you. But I think it's also a great thing to come into here and bring that global perspective.
I agree.
Of what happens outside of this place.
Yep.
Well, you look at the uniqueness of having two business districts, and both are unique on their own, and
yes.
and every small town in Ontario, and around Canada have those places that have these small parks in the middle of their business district, and then you look at historic Chatham business district, and historic Water Street is. It has that old-time feel, and we're trying to bring that more to the forefront in our July 1st stuff, and so yeah, it's great to be part of it, and looking forward to some fun.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on this week, because it's going to be a busy week for you guys.
Well, it's been lots of setups. We did a couple of changes in past years. Prior to Canada Days in the former town of Chatham was Pioneer Days, I believe it was.
I grew up with those days.
And I don't remember Pioneer Days.
Okay, but I do. I think I danced on the front street.
Oh, did you?
Well, we'll have to get you back there. But we have. They've always done their Canada Day celebration or Pioneer Day. It was always the last Saturday before July 1st. So now we're changing it up a little bit. We'd like to be able to have a party on the river. So both sides, we're complementing other things that are going on. For instance, in the Newcastle Business District, there's the historic rock and roll festival.
Yes.
So they keep on building and adding stuff every year, and so then they do some stuff in the park. Then there's the parade. Well, now we're going to come in and augment some stuff. We're going to come in and complement what they're doing. Nice. So we've got in Newcastle, in Queen Elizabeth Park, we've got. Boyd Carmen's going to be there with his petting zoo and his horse, his pony rides, and we've got some bouncy castles, and there's face painters, and there's the balloon man coming, and
I know I keep seeing it float too. We've got a little
and so all we're trying to do is not compete, but to complement each other.
Right.
So on the historic Chatham business or the historic Chatham business district side, we're looking at. Having more of a carnival kind of a feel. So we're doing little steps, baby steps at a time, but we're going to have a few little, carnival games for the kids that they can play on the sidewalk and stuff. And we've got, we're going to introduce a dunk tank this year.
Oh my God, that's the day I'm going to be really busy and have to go to Moncton.
When you get home, there's a message actually on your machine that I left.
Steve, don't do that to me.
So
my hair is bad.
hopefully hers.
My.
But anyway, we will have that, and we've got. We're going to have some buskers.
Yes.
Just something to do a little different. Some people that'll entertain. Got some people that'll do some face drawings and stuff. And we've got the Miramichi Police Dog Unit coming down to do a demonstration, which I think is going to be awesome.
You've got some great ideas there.
We got some ATVs coming down just to hang and on the street, and we're going to do the annual doll carriage, bicycle and wagon
really
parade.
I'll be driving mine this year. I think I'm going to get mine ready.
Oh, good. That is cute.
Not the black one.
Yeah, every year I see that little parade going down the street. I love that.
No, it's awesome. So we're bringing that back again, and looking forward to that. And then there's going to be an open air market, just a variety of vendors and stuff. So it starts at 10 o'clock. So 10 to 4 is going to be the variety of vendors.
This is on, okay, so first of all, in Newcastle, Queen Elizabeth Park, is Thursday evening an event?
Well, that's part of the Rock and Roll Festival. So their opening night is that night in fireworks.
Thursday this week,
and that's a whole thing that they're doing. And then on Friday, things will start rolling in the park around 12 noon.
Okay.
With some of the stuff we're doing in QE Park. The Rock and Roll Festival has got wrestling happening under the big tent in the afternoon.
Wow.
They've got some music happening in the park. They've got music happening under the big tent. So they've got a lot of stuff that's they've been doing over the years. And the parade, of course, a little bit of a change in the parade route.
Yes, it's starting at the Medical Arts Building this time.
Yes, and coming down. So that's all in the Newcastle Business District.
That's great.
And Historic Chatham, we got the stuff I was mentioning. Plus, we're going to have some entertainment. We've got Buckwheat Honey, and we've got who else we have? We've got TCR. We've got Tyrone, Country Tornadoes. They'll be playing. And then right in our backyard, of course, so which we're like again complimenting is the Fisherman Powwow.
The 5th annual.
That's pretty spectacular.
5 years, and God bless Roger Augustine. What a gentleman!
Yeah, we had him on here recently.
Yeah, he's got quite the vision.
Yeah.
I know they're doing something special for Jerry, our mayor, and
good.
And I thought that was pretty awesome that they're going to be doing some stuff for him. And there's the national chief is coming. The premier's going to be there.
Amazing stuff happening.
We've got, and then next year the plan is just kind of take it another step, and so what that'll be as a little bit of a teaser is how do we connect the Newcastle side, the former Newcastle and the former Chatham side. So would that be on the water? Would it be on the street? I don't know. So we're tossing some things around to kind of have a little shuttle going back and forth, so you can enjoy kind of the day on the river and everything as inclusive.
Well, I always find it amazing when people say to me that there's nothing to do here.
Always there's
Or that
something
they're
to do.
bored.
I'm never
Right?
bored. I could never say that
I-
word. I don't think I've ever said those words. I'm
No.
bored. I don't think.
And I know you're the same. I mean, there's always something that you could be at.
Oh, no, absolutely there is. I mean, there's the Goody Shop Lounge was doing a little concert series, and there could have been some more people out, but you know, it's not. That's not just in Miramichi; it's everywhere.
It's true.
You know, it's like nobody wants to pay for entertainment anymore, and it's a shame because there's some great stuff out there, and we've got a lot of people on the river. It's very musical here. You have a couple of guests that are coming up that are young singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
You know, they need a place to be able to perform and stuff. So, you know, it's and that's something obviously now. That as we start growing, because my whole mandate here with the boards, hopefully they keep allowing me to walk through this, is to start changing some things and adding some things and make it more accessible to the masses.
Yes.
And the, you know, entertainment such as young people and singers and stuff is a huge part of that.
So you work with 2 volunteer board of directors.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
And that's made up of the business people from each of the downtowns?
Yes.
Isn't that
Yes.
amazing, eh? Because they're both volunteer boards.
They're both volunteer boards, yes. 2 different strategic plans that we work on.
Yeah.
We've got a few things that are working on both sides and that we can start checking off our list, and we're kind of shading it in right now on some of the stuff that we're able to do, and we're excited at some of the stuff that we might be able to do with Queen Elizabeth Park and getting that revitalized, and there's a bunch of things in Historic Chatham that we want to do that seems to be kind of getting up on the forefront and hopefully come to fruition sooner than later.
Yep.
Wonderful.
So
And I think the weather for this coming weekend is looking really good.
that's what they're saying.
I'm so happy to see that forecast. I
Absolutely.
mean, what's a shower here and there, you know?
Yeah,
But
oh,
it's
yeah.
looking really good.
Yeah.
Well, I have showers here and there, but it still works
Every
for
now
me,
and
so it should work for everybody
Every
else.
now
You know.
and again. Try and shower.
You're funny. And your personality, from what I know of you, which is not a whole lot, but I've been involved with different events we've held together. and emceed, and you've been judging, and this kind of, you're a personality that kind of works, I think, well with all types of people. So when you get your volunteer members, you spin ideas off each other, and I think you're pretty open to new ideas.
Well, you have to be.
You have to be, but you're not one to say, oh no, I like this better. I think you like to accept these new ideas.
Well, because there's a lot of things that, you know, you need to move forward on things. You need to be fresh. You need to continue that kind of stuff. So the more people that are engaged in those conversations, and you start throwing stuff at the wall, and as silly as something might be, all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, what about if?
Right.
And you can't do that by yourself.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. People stagnate at certain points, and you get a board that just doesn't see the same, they're not looking like where you're looking.
Exactly.
And they don't have that same vision. So if people can use their creativity and brainstorm together, like you have a really creative mind, and you pool those people together, big things can happen.
Well, that's what we hope to do, and we'll see. But no, I'm happy. Like I said, I'm passionate about this position, and I'm passionate about the possibilities. It's just making sure that all of Miramichi is inclusive.
That's
I like
right.
that.
That's
And
the
we can
biggest part.
only get there together, you know, and
Right.
together
Exactly.
as a region, not just you know, Miramichi East or West or, you know, Chatham or Newcastle or whatever, or
Exactly.
Logieville or you
Nelson.
know, yeah,
Yes.
we can only get there together. And
Exactly.
you know, when you look at all of these events that are going on this weekend, all of them are also driven by volunteers.
Yes.
You know, for the most part, like with very few exceptions, the bulk of that happens because of volunteers in this region. So it's amazing when people can come together, what can actually happen.
And it's getting tough now too with volunteers.
It is.
It's
It is.
getting-
We
it's
know
getting
that.
tough.
We know
And
that.
it's engaging with the younger demographic and getting involved with the community.
Yes.
So us working closer with, which is something that I've had conversations already, met with MBCC, and having more of a relationship with the students and their involvement, and not just on one side, but again,
Yeah.
Whole.
encompassing
That's right.
everybody. And we need to start engaging with the schools.
Yes.
And getting them involved. And I have some different ideas that we've tossed around, and see if we can get them more involved in activities, and hopefully some volunteering. And
You've lived in Toronto, you lived in Ottawa, and the same thing goes on in every city, perhaps, does it? Like
Yeah.
that you
Yes.
can't engage like your
Well, it
communities
gets
to come
tougher.
together to
Yeah.
the core.
It gets tougher. I mean, you know, just living in Ottawa myself, I mean, Ottawa is made up of a whole bunch of littler
Surrounding
you know,
areas.
Yeah, like, you know, Orleans and Canada and all those things. But you still live in Ottawa,
Yeah.
right? And so, but it gets tough when you're, even in large cities like that, you're still seeing the same volunteers over and over and over, the same people that are involved.
Or they're community minded to their own community area.
Yes,
They
exactly.
don't want to.
Exactly.
They don't want to come to the middle.
No, and that's the thing, and I think, but we're seeing it more and more often. I mean, I've been home 10 years now, and you know, 10 years ago compared to now, I did find us much more divided, you know, between the two sides of the river, and we're seeing now, and I think that's the generational shift too,
thank
because
goodness it's coming.
the students
Yes.
now, they all work together, they play sports together, they go to each other's
Fundraise
proms,
together.
they do all of that stuff together.
Yeah.
So that generational shift is happening.
I
where
see
we're
that.
seeing
I
more
do see
more
that.
togetherness, but we do need to see more and more volunteers, and I think it's a great idea where you're talking about we need to get more into the schools and into MBCC,
Our
because
young people.
even if I look at the Irish Festival, and I've been with the Irish Festival 6 years now, well, we need a new president, you know.
Oh.
Patty's done this year
Okay.
at the end of the festival, and I'd been there, I was
Collective.
president, and,
Oh.
you know, like, I mean, and he's done some wonderful
You
things.
can only do things for
Absolutely,
so
yes.
Right,
long. You
he's done
can-
some wonderful
yeah.
things in
Yes.
Chopper as well, and and all the presidents before us, because it's been going on for 33 years.
It's-
33 years.
And look
But
what's
we need somebody.
progressing.
We need somebody new, right? And that's happening with everybody. So you know, I'm going to say it out there. We need more volunteers. We need you
Absolutely.
to step up, not just for the Irish Festival, but for everything that's
But
going
do
on
we
in the
have
city.
potential presidents?
Not yet.
Nothing. No one's stepped forward.
Not yet, but that's okay.
Steve, Steve,
Yeah,
you're
let me
in
see.
your Irish
Let me
green
look at my
today.
schedule
Yeah,
to see what I can.
Green today. That's a sign very
I
neat.
know.
I think so. Like you have enough
Well,
on your plate, right?
I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
So we'll just run through for a second quickly what's going on this weekend. So we've got the Rock and Roll Festival,
Yes,
and then we've got the 5th annual Fisherman's Powwow.
correct,
We've got the Canada Day Parade.
correct.
And then we've got the Canada Day celebrations happening.
Yes.
So I mean, there's truly something for everybody.
Fun.
Absolutely, and we've tried to work with what the powwow is doing, and what the Rock and Roll Festival people are doing, and try to do our times so we're kind of intertwining as opposed to competing.
Fantastic.
So people have time to, maybe get around. And for those people that can't get around, we'll see what we can do about that next year.
That's
What
exciting.
about cost, for example, to get into these events? Is there a lot, like as a family, for example, would it cost a lot for the weekend as a family to attend a lot of these things?
For the Queen Elizabeth Park, for the face painting, and for the pony rides, I believe it's like a nominal fee.
Okay.
The jumping castles there isn't.
All right.
On the historic Chatham side, we were looking at maybe doing a quarter a game just for the kids to be able to have a quarter and come up and get
Great
something and win a
idea.
prize. So
Yes.
so we're meeting tomorrow morning and just finalizing everything. So we'll see. But the Rock and Roll Festival, they have a great price on the 3 nights that they're doing.
Okay, great.
Actually, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then there's a nominal fee for that. That's
Reasonable.
And entertainment plus.
So
That's
we're going to
cool.
encourage everybody to go out. Our time's up.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Time
We're gonna
flies by.
I know. We're going to encourage everybody to head out this weekend
Oh,
and enjoy.
yes.
We want to thank you for coming to spend a
Thank
little
you.
bit of time
Pleasure
with
having
us.
being with you ladies.
You're
And
doing a
we're-
great job, too.
We're looking forward to everything that's coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to get Judy in the dunk tank.
Exactly.
No, we're not.
Anyway, we'll don't go away. We'll be right back. Grab a cool drink, grab a seat on the couch, and we'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back. See you soon. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. Thanks to Steve McAuley for the wonderful segment we just had.
Yes.
And actually now I am very excited. We have 2 young people joining us.
I know.
And we haven't had them before, so I'm pretty excited about this. We're going to welcome Sean Elms.
Hi, Sean.
And Nancy McLean. Welcome to Have a Chat.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we're excited.
School's out, so you're free.
Yeah.
Good
We don't have
time.
to send you back to school yet.
Awesome. We love having young people on our show, don't we?
I know.
We've
do.
had a couple, but not so many, so we hope to keep doing that.
Yeah. So, Sean, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, born and raised in Miramichi.
Good
Woohoo!
stuff. We love Miramichi.
Yeah.
On to high school next year. Got out of Dr. Loge.
Wow.
You're moving to JMH?
Yeah.
Wow.
Big
okay.
step. Big
Yeah.
step.
Are you excited about high school?
Yeah.
You're excited that you just finished school, though, for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that.
And you have one brother.
One brother traveling the world.
Really?
Yes, I read and heard all about
Is
that.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check
Experiencing
that out.
life.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you now? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What grade and how old are you?
I'm also born and raised in Chatham, Miramichi or whatever.
And you guys speak up real nice and
Okay,
loud. Nancy McLean.
Okay, I'm going into grade 9.
At Jameson Hill, too?
Yep.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited.
Glad you
It's
finished
a-
school, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now you can play music all summer.
yeah.
You two can jam and create and brainstorm.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys get playing music together? How'd that happen?
Well, Nancy always played the guitar. And I was always interested in the piano, but just a year or 2 ago I started lessons.
Oh.
So we would jam together. And then Nancy came to me with something that she wrote.
Really?
And I helped her out and we got finished the song.
Gifted.
Okay.
And we liked it, right? And we said, well, we should do this more often. We got to
Yeah.
writing songs and it just happened, you know?
Loving
Very
music together.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you want, we can talk more about your musical life, but do you want to get right on and perform for us?
How about you
Well,
guys
like,
play a song
let's
first?
pump us up for this show.
Yeah.
It's
Alright.
Monday, I've had a rough week and I need something exciting.
You guys play a song first, and then we'll talk about how that all happened. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
They're gonna get organized now.
So
you know
you
what
have the
amazes me
keyboard.
though is that at their age, that they've figured all this stuff out.
I know.
And that they're writing their own music and performing their own music.
Original stuff, that's what we love. And people will appreciate this. Does it take you a long time let's just talk about this one song for a moment. What's it called?
Oh, what you want?
What You Want?
Okay.
Yep.
And you wrote it.
No, he wrote it.
You wrote this one.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to write the song?
I can't remember.
No. Okay. Does it just come to you, or like do you have to sometimes sit down and think, okay, what am I gonna do?
Well, that's the trouble with writing the songs, you
I
know, because the
suppose,
first part or the last part it could be, or any part will just come to you, you know? And then you have to work to finish the rest.
Make it all
And
kind
get the
of
rhythm
come
and
together.
like what kind
Yeah.
of a sound you want. So how long have you been playing the guitar, Nancy?
Like 2 or 3 years, I'm not really sure.
Did
Wow.
you take lessons?
For a couple months, yeah.
And then you just picked it up? Played self-taught, you too?
Amazing.
Or did you take
I'm
lessons?
taking lessons, yeah.
You what?
I'm taking lessons.
You are?
Yeah.
So it's just going to get better and better.
So we're gonna stop talking. We're gonna let you.
Yeah,
run.
you sing
Am I all
and
right to stand
perform.
up?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you want to stand
All
up
right,
too?
thank you.
No, I'll
No,
sit
you're
down.
comfortable. Okay.
Okay,
There
let's
we
hear
go.
something great.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Holy! That's all I can say was that was incredible.
Incredible.
Like I had chills, and
I
it's air
know.
conditioning in here, but I swear to God, I had the hair standing up in my arms.
That was
Thanks.
amazing.
Wow!
I had a little tear in my eye.
It was so
And I thought I was
beautiful.
going to cry today, but anyway.
It was so pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, the melody, the words. Was that just something that you thought about, or was that based on a little bit of experience there? Your words and your thoughts and your song.
He wrote it.
You
so-
wrote all of
That would
that.
have been the first song I
You
wrote.
wrote it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
No input from you at all, Nancy. That's beautiful.
So now, do you write the words and then you come up with the melody together, or how does that work?
Yeah, I'll write the lyrics.
Yeah,
And I'll
loved
give
it.
it to Nance and say, here, do something with this, and she'll make it into
Fix this.
what it is, Yeah.
Who did you find? I'm kind of torn between Avril Lavigne and somebody else. What
Yeah.
are you like? That voice is unique and individual, but is there somebody that you emulate, that you look up to, and try to, that you love, inspires you?
No one I try to sound like or anything,
No.
but Justin Bieber really inspires me. I don't know.
He is so out there, isn't he? Like he's making it really, really
Yeah.
big.
And
Yeah.
he started young too.
Yeah, I've liked him for a while.
Yeah. Wow.
You're
And
amazing.
How about you? Is there anybody that you that really inspires your music?
Like a cute
Not
girl that you wrote about or something. Come on,
No, I
now.
meant a singer.
Not so much inspires, but there's certain people that I look up to in the music.
Yeah.
Different people like U2 and
Yeah.
Eminem, like
Yes.
different people, but still,
Yeah.
Do you like rap?
yeah.
You like rap too?
I saw you two in concert. They were pretty amazing.
Yeah, they're good in concert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were pretty
Ew.
amazing. Yeah.
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 That was beautiful. So how long did you say you wrote that, over a period of time? Or like all in one kind of
I couldn't recall how long.
can't recall.
Because that would have been the first one I wrote. So
So how many songs do you have now that you've written?
we have about 4 or 5 that are all done and polished, but
Okay.
They're gorgeous. That was gorgeous.
Wow.
And so now tell us, you do a bit of fundraising with your music. You've taken it out and let people hear you. You've had audiences.
yeah.
What'd you do? Tell us.
We've been to the pancake breakfast,
Nice.
played at that,
Okay.
and to 4-H. Would you know it?
The
Yeah.
Nappin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played at that.
Okay.
That was the big event lately, wasn't it?
No, it's coming up.
But what was the dinner they had lately that Jules was on here talking
Oh,
about? McCormick?
the roof that Jack built.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us now what so you want to record. You'd like to make I don't see why not.
Yeah. Do you play so you play the guitar and you sing. Do you play other instruments?
Sean's taught me a bit on piano, but
Okay.
I'm not very good.
Beautiful on the guitar though.
Yeah.
And you're wicked on the keyboard.
Thank you.
Oh, it was so pretty. What a
Yeah.
beautiful song that was.
I loved it.
I loved it too. I would buy that song.
I know.
So maybe you'll get on iTunes or something.
Yeah.
Would that be a dream? An
And we can say
aspiration?
we knew them when.
Yeah, we knew them when. No, but that would be a goal, would it? To record, and then how does that? What are your plans?
Well, our plans are to get big,
Get big.
So you want to keep writing,
Yeah.
and then so you're hoping to record and sell, we'll say, in
Yeah.
the future. Okay. Very cool.
What does that entail, though? Is it a huge undertaking to try to find a studio, or how does that work? Like when you're looking into something like this?
Well, we recorded like a rough copy with Kevin Jardine,
Oh.
and we're just waiting to go back to record the full.
He's a great guy
Yeah, yeah.
from Jake Break,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Oh,
All
wow.
right. Okay. So then you're gonna maybe you could make money off these songs.
Yeah.
Are they similar types of songs that you create, or are they some really upbeat tempo and some are more? That was really my kind of listening to music.
Yeah. Some will be a little bit more upbeat, and some will be like that one.
Do we have time, Vera, for another
Yes,
one?
for sure. Do you have another
We
one?
were prepared for
No,
that.
okay, that's okay.
Oh well, my goodness,
That's
we'd
okay.
never put you on the spot like
We'll bring
that.
them back for another one.
I'm sorry about that.
The next time we'll bring you back for another song. So now, do you play with other musicians from time to time, or is it just you and Nancy?
It's just me and Nancy.
Yeah, really, eh? Oh, good for you.
And where do you have a garage or something, or your basement that you hang out in, or what do you do? Like,
I normally go over to Sean's place and we go up in his room to
Yep.
practice, but
practice.
we wrote our first song in my camper.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So how many hours a week do you guys practice?
Whenever we can.
Yeah.
It varies.
Well, of course, because you've got school.
Yeah.
Right? And do you play any sports or anything?
Yeah, I play basketball. And
Okay.
soccer.
it's a nice, both
Okay,
nice.
yeah. So you're busy, right? You're busy.
Yeah.
So you get to do this when you have time. But I mean, to get that good, you've been playing, you said, for about a year and a half.
Around that, yeah.
Okay, that's
really
amazing to
incredible.
get that good in that length of time and to be able to. So now, do you, when you're trying to write a song, because I have no creative ability at all, so I'm really
She
fascinated. by
lies. She has creative
No, I don't.
ability. Yes, you do.
Remember, I tried to sing earlier; it wasn't good.
Well, like creative? No. Okay. So she can't sing, but she has creative
No,
abilities.
but so when you're trying to get inspired for a song, do you watch movies? Do you read books, or you just it just comes to you?
Yeah,
There's a girl.
just when you start to write a song, it has to, some part of it has to just come to you. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just sit down and
I'm going to write today.
and write.
Okay.
You know,
And we were talking about it earlier because, of course, Judy and I never sleep. You get some of your best ideas come in the middle of the night, eh?
yeah, when you can't remember them in the morning. You know.
Yeah.
I do that. I said I'll jump up if I have to MC an event, and I lie there, you know. So I'm awake and I'm thinking that's a really good idea. I'll get my pen and my notepad out at my night table, and I'll say I can't forget that.
Yeah.
And I will incorporate that into a speech I have to give because I think in the middle of the night some of those best ideas come
Yeah.
when you can't sleep.
So now, do you give him a little bit of input on writing? Do you write too, or do you just let him do that part?
I write sometimes,
Yeah?
but he's wrote most of it.
Okay, that's cool. And then you come up with the melody. Is that kind of it on the guitar?
Yeah.
That would be the hardest part to me.
I would think.
I can write.
Yeah.
I have pretty good skill there, but to compose it with the musical, what I would want for the beat and the
Well, I can't even read notes, so.
Especially when you have what you want in your head, and then
Yeah.
you try to bring it out on the instruments. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think of Headley?
I don't listen to him much, but the bit I did, I enjoy.
I love him.
Yeah.
I don't like him as much as a person as I do as a performer, but I love every song he puts out.
Yeah.
It's just he just grabs me.
They're quite neat as a band, eh?
He is cool. He was on Idol, right?
Yeah,
and
of
he
course.
wasn't the top
No.
winner, but he really did well for himself. He's been, one hit after another.
Would you want to perform on a show like that? Like, if we still had Canadian Idol, would that be something that interested you guys?
I want to perform on anything, you know.
Yeah.
I'd pick you. I'd be like, who is it? Gwen Stefani. Ding, 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 ding.
There you
Or
go.
Christina Aguilera. I'd be saying, I want her.
That's right.
You can go there too. You're just young, right? You have the rest of your life to go big, and you're only young people going into grade
9.
9.
Yeah.
9.
Hard to
Oh,
believe.
now I feel old again. Oh, gosh.
So I know you're not prepared, but you gave us one tremendous song. What would be another? Would the other one be a little bit more, like you said, rock beat or rap beat or?
No, it'd be more upbeat. We most of our songs are mellow.
Okay.
You know? But
That's kind of your sound, eh? Your
yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
Very
So
cool.
what are the names of the other 3 that you have?
There's Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. That would be after me. Named after
Yes,
me.
they were thinking
I
of you.
appreciate that,
Yeah,
Sean.
they were thinking of you.
No, I do appreciate
they
that.
love you. Yes, they
No,
love you.
it's just that's the way
They
I'm
were
a train wreck.
Yeah.
Trainwreck.
There's The Worst Pain,
Okay.
and there's a few that are kind of under construction as of now.
Now the deep pain.
The worst pain.
The worst pain. I'm in pain. Okay.
Oh, Judy, stay with us.
Did that come from a painful experience?
I guess it would come from a few, you know.
All right.
Because when I write, it's not just an event or something; it's a topic in everything I know about that or feel about that, you know. And then
For people that you've
go
talked
into the
to,
song.
maybe
Yeah,
friends and family.
yeah.
Okay.
I bet you do very well if they had music in school all day long. In English class, literature, do you excel? In school, is that where you really, make great marks in English? As a writer, as a performer, you know that you're skilled in those areas.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I'd like the writing on the stories in math. Yeah.
Okay.
You like math, so you're
Yeah.
good in both. And what about you, like creative writing and things like that?
Yeah, I like language arts.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
see?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So if you were to form a group, like to be known as, right now you're Sean and Nancy, did you think of a name as a duo?
Delaying the inevitable.
The inevitable.
Say it again.
Delaying the inevitable.
Delaying the inevitable. I was saying that last night about turning a year older. I was saying, bring it on, delay the inevitable.
Oh, I like that. I like delaying the inevitable. That's a good one.
Who thought of that? Which one takes credit?
It just
I
came.
don't know.
Both of us,
Hmm.
because we're thinking that someday we're going to be famous. This is
That's
all
right.
going to come together well, you know?
I love how you think.
This is very cool. So, okay, so we're almost out of time, but what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you guys come back and visit us another time. Sometime this summer, when you've had enough time off and you've had enough time to polish the rest of your songs.
Yes,
and we'll have you play a couple songs for us that time too. And you know what? In a few years, you and I are going to be saying we knew them.
We knew them, and fine-looking young people they are too.
I know.
I think with cute faces like that and the talent you both have, you're going to go straight forward.
So, okay, so in 20 years, somebody's going to be looking back on this episode. What's the one thing that you want them to remember about you?
Where we came from, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
The same thing, really.
It's a small town, not really much going on, but, you know,
We got lots going on.
You're going to make it happen, is what you're trying to say.
We're heading out now.
Nice having you guys.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Don't forget to join us for Have a Chat. These two will be on YouTube pretty soon. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.